Hi everyone, welcome to my corner of the internet, where we are once again playing some more of the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. The Blood Moon expansion is specifically. Oh, you just pulled out a lantern. Did it just reach that time? 3 a.m. No, you probably should have done that sooner. Anyways, last time we, I think we killed the monster, and then we had technical issues. We were supposed to find the original true name of some, Hrothmund, and we didn't know where that was, but we didn't know what that was, rather. So we've come back here to speak with Beredit Jastal, who I believe is a bookerly person. Yes, a bookerly person who has books about history and stuff like that. And I suspect we're going to be doing some reading here. So it's not going to be a book club, but there's probably going to be some reading here because we need to find out what the Hrothmund's original something name was, so that we can become chieftain of this mead hall. Sure. I mean, now that I actually say our ambitions out loud, it just kind of sounds sad. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Yes, we will get back down to matters. My goodness, I feel so silly wearing this bear armor. I know, I look quite ridiculous, but at least it will help keep me warm while I'm outside waiting for Thirsk to reopen. I'm not a Nord, you see. I'm a Breton. I'm a bookseller by trade, but my real passion is writing. The Solsteam Nords are my area of expertise, you might say. I recently finished 2 scholarly works, Thirsk, a history, and Sovngarde, a re-examination. I have copies of both for sale, among others. I'm interested in your Thirsk, a history. I came to Thirsk all the way from Cyrodiil, by way of Vardenfell. My father once visited Solsteam, you see, and as a boy I was intrigued by his exciting stories of the Nords. I was particularly fascinated with this very mead hall, its residents and their adventures, things like that. I arrived here over a year ago and have been living among the Nords ever since. I've been chronicling their lives and recently collected enough data to complete my history of Thirsk. All right, where's your History of Thirsk book? We're gonna buy it. Probably should. Wait, Black Arrow, Volume 2. Have we read the first one? The Black Arrow. That sounds familiar. Did we come across that book in Skull Village? I can't remember. Anyways, Sovngarde, Thirsk history. We'll get this one. I have a feeling we're going to be getting a few different books and things from our friend here. Come on, there we go. All right, let's go ahead and read Thirsk history, because I suspect that is going to be important to this, well, the plot going forward. On the eastern bank of Lord Falting stands Thirsk, a grand mead hall that serves as the home and center of operations for a most valiant clan of Nord warriors. Approximately 100 years ago, a small group of Skald decided to leave the main village and free themselves of their brethren's strict adherence to nature worship. Okay, so I guess that explains a question we had in the last game. I was like, are they kind of linked to Skull Village? But I guess not. They sought to live life as their ancestors had in Skyrim, free to kill what they wanted when they wanted, free to worship in any manner they chose. The group braved the harsh weather and traveled south toward Lake Falding, something like that, where they found the perfect location for a new settlement. There, they decided to construct a grand mead hall that would serve as their new home and hunting lodge. After several months of building, the companions had completed the task and named the mead hall Thirsk. The settlers looked upon all they had accomplished and were truly proud of their accomplishment. But their happiness was short-lived, and the settlers soon learned that not everyone celebrated the construction of Thirsk. As the mead hall was being erected, so too was the noise and commotion of construction disturbing an ancient creature that lay dormant under the ice. It was a tragic twist of irony, therefore, that as the last beam of the great hall was nailed in place, the slumbering beast did finally awaken. His ancient name was the Udirfrikte. The Ud, as we called it in the last episode, though the settlers knew him only as Death. The Ud came to the newly completed mead hall and wreaked vengeance upon those who had shattered the peace of his long, cold sleep. He killed without warning, without mercy, reducing the Thirsk Nords to half their number. It was the valiant sorcerer Eldred Icelight who finally drove the beast back to his lair beneath the frozen lake, and used his magicka to seal the entrance with a great wall of ice. The horror was over. but the price was great. It took the settlers 2 months to fix the damage done by the Ud, and with so many strong hands now gone, it was slow and tedious work. Finally, Thirsk stood tall and proud once more, but even though the settlers had worked together to construct the meat hall and drive away the threat of the Ud, tensions quickly grew over who would serve as their leader. Most of the men considered Hrothmund the Red their de facto chieftain, as he was the strongest and most capable of the lot. But one warrior, Drengr Bronzehelm, disagreed. He thought himself most capable to rule over Thirsk, and loudly voiced his opposition to Hrothmund. Knowing that conflict and discord would only serve to destroy the new life they had worked so hard to create, Hrothmund the Red exercised its only true option. He swung his great axe and beheaded Drengr Bronzehelm where he stood. The Nords appreciated more than anything a warrior's prowess in battle, and Drengr's slaying proved to them that Hrothmund was indeed most worthy to be Thirsk's chieftain. So that the other Nords would never forget he had proven his right to lead, Hrothmund placed Drengr's head on a pedestal in the center of Thirsk's main hall for all to see. Harsh. And so began Thirsk's most time-honored tradition, beheading anyone who disagreed. Okay. Any warrior, regardless of race or sex, could claim leadership of the mead hall by displaying the most impressive battle trophy on the Great Hall's pedestal. So long as the spirit of Hrothmund the Red consented, that warrior would be named chieftain. Hrothmund's Bane. For 21 years, Hrothmund the Red ruled over Thirsk and its residents as chieftain, with his soft voice and great axe, which was said to be the largest weapon of its kind ever wielded by a Nord. Hrothmund brought peace and prosperity to Thirsk, but peace proved to be Hrothmund's undoing, for the mighty Nord grew restless in the warmth and safety of the mead hall. He longed for battle and adventure, to feel the frost in his veins once more, and could ignore the call of valor no longer. When word spread of a giant, bloodthirsty white wolf terrorizing travelers in the Moostring Mountains, Hrothmund took up his great axe and set out to defeat the beast alone. The one we backstabbed right outside of Hrothmund's Bane? Is that the wolf? Oh crap. I hope it wasn't plot important. The men of the mountains named him Onyag? Sure. The Fell Wolf. No, it would have probably had that name. I would have been like, whoa, that's a named wolf. Let's not do it. Let's not kill that one. The beast measured as large as an ox, and it was pretty small, so that's probably not the one. With fur as white as new fallen snow, and it was said no man or woman alive could bring Onyej down. The words of the mountain folk proved true, for while Hrothmund did hew one leg from the Fell Wolf, Onyej devoured the mighty Nord whole, leaving only his great axe as a grim reminder of man's failure against beast. Filled with sorrow and rage, the residents of Thirsk marched to the mountains in search of the wolf, called by them Hrothmund's Bane. Only together did they manage to slay Onyej, and as family they feasted on his roasted flesh. The following is a list of Thirsk's chieftains since Hrothmund first ruled. Hrothmund the Red, Nord male, slew Drengr Bronzehelm and presented his head as a battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk and for 21 years, slain and devoured by Onyej the Fellwolf. Isgerar White Wave, Nord female, slew the necromancer Hildir Wormheart and presented his heart as battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 4 years. Actually, I'm sorry. Ruled over Thirsk for 21 years. Okay, wow. Einar, Nord male, slew the frost giant Guolog and presented his foot as battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 6 years. Gisel, Roundgut, Nord male, slew Einar and presented his sword as battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 2 months. Oof. Einar the Younger, Nord male, slew Gisel Roundgut and presented his stomach as a battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 7 years. I see what's going on here a little bit. Like, Einhar is killed by Gisel Roundgut, and then Einar the Younger, I'm guessing his son, is like, and goes and kills Roundgut. Grotgaror, Nord male, slew the white witch Katla and presented her staff as a battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 2 years. Emily Bontaku, a Breton female, slew Grotgaror and presented his head as a battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 3 years. Thorormer Stormkiller, Nord male, slew the brothers Ani and Ali and presented their enchanted hammers as battle trophies. Ruled over Thirsk for 16 years. Impressive. Agelif, Nord female, slew Odni the Unfaithful and presented her hand as battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 8 years. Cachino Aurelia, Imperial male, slew the Imperial hero Claudius Anzion and presented his sword as battle trophy. Ruled over to Thirsk for 3 weeks. Fraud. Fraud? Okay. Eldar Bearskinner, Nord male, slew the Imperial fraud Cachino Aurelia and presented his tongue as battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 5 years. Falky the Fat, Nord male, slew the pack of 6 rabid wolves and presented their claws as battle trophies. Ruled over Thirsk for 3 months. Succumbed to madness and death as a result of rabies. Okay, Savannah the Knife, Nord female, slew Greta Wolfchild and presented her sword as battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 4 years. Banir, Whitebeard, Nord male, slew 3 orc raiders and presented their eyes as battle trophies. Ruled over Thirsk for 22 years. Skildir Wolfrunner, Nord male, slew the wizard Gris the Yellow. That name sounds familiar, Gris the Yellow. We've heard that name. And presented his head as battle trophy. Ruled over Thirsk for 3 years thus far. Okay, yeah, that's... I was gonna say that's... I think that's the... Isn't that the one we... Yeah, who just died. Okay, that sucks. For three years thus far, and still chieftain as of the writing of this work. Expansion. The Thirsk Mead Hall is nearly the same today as it was over 100 years ago. A testament to the quality of its construction, but while Thirsk itself did not grow, its inhabitants did, and before long the Grand Mead Hall could not house all who wished to dwell within. So over the years, many Nords have left Thirsk to establish their own private dwellings out in the wilderness of Solstheim, relying on the island's many caves and natural shelters. But those who left are always welcome back at Thirsk. Okay, so that's what we're chieftain of. So even though they're not all in the actual mead hall, they're all part of that place. Okay, cool. And many return frequently to enjoy the mead hall's hospitalities. It is also important to note that although over 100 years have passed since the group first left the Skull village, the Skull and Thirsk Nords have always remained civil to one another, and even trade resources on occasion. Relationship with the Empire. Throughout the years, the Thirsk Nords and the Empire have entered into a simple but effective relationship. They leave each other alone and everyone is happy. Soon after arriving on Solstheim, the Imperials realized that their authority on the island was limited to Fort Frostmoth and vicinity. Solstheim was, is, and probably always will be a savage and frozen wasteland, more suited to ancient Nord custom than conventional Imperial law. As long as the residents of Thirsk leave Fort Frostmoth in peace, the Imperials at Fort Frostmoth will reciprocate. In fact, the relationship between the two locations is fairly civil, and the Thirsk Nords gained considerable favor with the Empire when they delivered the Breton fugitive Alain Montrose to the garrison at Fort Frostmoth after he attempted to hide out in Thirsk. Law and order within Thirsk. I feel like I should have probably read this a lot sooner. Within the mead hall, the chieftain serves as judge, jury, and executioner if necessary. The reality is that Thirsk has always been a fairly peaceful place, with camaraderie and goodwill the norm. Solstheim can be a harsh home, and the Nords of Thirsk have long realized that fighting each other isn't nearly as productive as battling the island's bears, wolves, draugrs, reiklings, and whatever other fell creatures may roam the land. Still, there's the occasional disagreement which, more often than not, ends in bloodshed. And every few years, someone gets it into his head to challenge the chieftain to a blood duel to try to gain possession of Thirsk. Generally speaking, the Nords of Thirsk are one big, happy, barbarian-like family, and like any family, they have their squabbles. And we didn't get the answer we came for. Darn it! Okay. We'll probably have to, get a different book. Alright, next book. Sovngarde and Re-Examination? Maybe that'll be it? 72. No, there we go. I'm like, nope, I'm only giving you 72. Alright, let's read this one. Alright, Sovngarde and Re-Examination. I hope that, this has the answer we want. Alright. Death. Is it something we all face? No, it is something we all face. Or do we? Just ask the nearest Nord what he thinks of the end of life, and you'll likely be treated to a horrific story of blood, bone, and viscera, of courageous deeds and heartbreaking sorrow. Carnage notwithstanding, there may be even more to death than the average Nord warrior realizes. New evidence suggests a life beyond the battlefield, where a valiant Nord may live forever, downing mead and engaging in contests of strength and skill. But in order to fully understand the possibility of a Nord's eternal life after death, one must first re-examine the legends surrounding that most wondrous of warriors' retreats, Sovngarde. According to the ancient writings and oral traditions of the Nords, going back as far as the late Merithic era, there exists a place so magnificent, so honored, that the entrance lies hidden from view. Sovngarde, it is called, built by the god Shor to honor those Nords who have proven their mettle in war. Within this hall of valor, time as we know it has no meaning. The concepts of life and death are left on the doorstep, and those within exist in a sort of self-contained euphoria, free of pain, suffering, and the worst malady a Nord could suffer: boredom. But just how well hidden the entrance to Sovngarde has been a matter of much scholarly debate, and there are those who believe Shor's Great Hall is just a myth, for there are no actual accounts from Nords who have experienced the wonders of Sovngarde, then return to tell the tale. Not that this has stopped anyone from looking. Well, yeah, okay. I'm like, well, yeah, if you die, you don't tend to come back. Just saying. So how would they be able to tell you stories? Like, it's like there was like some horrific, like a bomb went off, and there's just like a bunch of like bodies lying around, and they're like, well, nobody told us that there was an explosion here. I guess there's no evidence. I mean, obviously that's simplifying things, and there's other ways to gain evidence, but I'm like, it's that same sort of logic. Like, I agree with it, but kind of also looking at it from the other perspective, I'm like, yeah, like you can't get that evidence. It's like I'm making more of a criticism of where you're trying to get your evidence, but where else would you get it, right? Okay, whatever. Some Nords spend a lifetime searching for the mysterious hidden entrance to Sovngarde. Most return home sad and broken, their hearts heavy with failure. They'll never know the pleasure of a mead flagon that never empties, or a wrestling tournament without end. Okay, are they seeing it more as a physical place? Okay, I'm sorry. I had it in my head it was like a heaven type thing, but if it's like a physical realm that can be reached, okay, I could see what. Okay, I see what they're getting. I take back what I said, kind of, mostly. What, some may ask, does the entrance to Sovngarde have to do with death? Everything! According to a series of ancient parchments recently discovered in the attic of a deceased Nord's home in Cyrodiil, what at first seemed to be a series of love letters was later found to be a correspondence between one Felga Fourfingers, a medium of some note, and the ghost of a Nord warrior named Rolf the Large. According to the parchments, Rolf had spent his entire life searching for the entrance to Sovngarde without success. He was returning home to his village of Skyrim. His village of Skyrim. Skyrim was a village at this time? Like, it was just a village? I kind of like that. I like the idea of that. Skyrim starting as a village and then expanding out. Or to, like, the entire place. Whatever. Maybe that's just an error. When he was waylaid by a band of giants, Rolf fought bravely but was quickly killed, and the giants proceeded to play catch with his head. Amazingly, all of this was seen by Rolf in ghostly form as he drifted away from the scene, soaring upwards into the heavens, where he finally arrived in the magnificent hall of Sovngarde. Rolf could not believe his good fortune, and his foolishness for not having realized the truth so many years before. For death was the entrance to Sovngarde, so he was told by Shor himself, who greeted Wolf the Large as a brother and personally handed him a leg of roast mutton and the hand of a comely wench. Sovngarde, Shor told him, can be entered by any Nord who dies valiantly in honorable combat. It is time for Nords to learn the truth. Eternal life can be theirs, without the need to spend an entire mortal life in vain pursuit of something completely unattainable. In the end, all valiant Nords can enter Sovngarde. Dismemberment, decapitation, or evisceration seems a small price to pay for the chance to spend an eternity in Shor's wondrous hall. Okay. That didn't give me an answer I wanted. Okay, maybe I suppose that might have been a bit too easy. that might have been too easy to. The posting of the hunt. I don't even know what that is. At this point, I'm kind of feeling a little bit like a little desperate. I'm like, I don't know where else to look for answers. Wait, if Hrothmund wasn't his original name, and they left the Skull Village, maybe there could be answers in the Skull Village? I mean, that's possible, right? So, potentially, I'm just gonna leave those books here for now because I'm looking at my encumbrance. So potentially, even though, you know, we didn't actually get the answer, we might have gotten a clue as to where we can find the answer? Maybe? Question mark? So I'm going to run up to the Skull Village and maybe start asking around there. Ah, oh, Reglings. Ah, it saw me. Alright. Let's do this. Ow. You know, earlier in the playthrough I was talking about, you know, like, view distance as how we have, like, and how that impacts my view of how, like, you know, the distance between places. And then I was just thinking about it, I was like, I'm also wearing the boots of blinding speed. I'm wondering how much bigger Solstein would feel if I was just moving at, we'll say, like, regular speed. Because, like, my speed is what? 300? Yeah, 300. So, like, you know. A part of me wants to switch to, like, different boots just so that I can, like, experiment. I can kind of just sort of, see how different this, my experience of this place changes. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and, we'll start with, actually, maybe the Shaman. No, let's go with the Great Hall. But you gave me a quest, didn't you? He's gonna be all like, "Ah, you gotta go ahead and do a quest!"
Showing your loyalty and wisdom.
Maybe not. You have done well, Alexis. You have shown your loyalty and wisdom, but there is one thing further I will require of you. Now you must prove your strength as a warrior. My journal has been updated? What? What's this all about? Having completed a test of wisdom for Tharstan Heartfang of the Skull, I am now to complete a third test, a test of strength. What was the, I'm confused. Wait, Engar Icemane. Crap, all the names are kind of like, just sort of like, mushing together. I need to... Oh, no, I forgot what... Do you have anything about Thirsk? I mean, do you happen to have a bookseller up in your upper floors? No? No, okay. Huh. Let's go ahead and talk to, I don't even know what I accomplished. I'm not ready for that test of strength. Was that honestly just because I chose Buddy's fate? I'm a little confused about what I had just accomplished, but... the Shaman's Hut. Okay.
Hello again, friend. What may I do for you?
That's a conspicuous book. The 5 Far Stars. Okay, I need to know about Frostmund. Can you tell me anything about this guy? No. Thirsk? No, you don't give me anything like... Okay, I'm not too sure. Part of me is kind of just thinking, well, maybe I should just go to, Fort Frostmoth?
You have cleared my name and restored my honor. What can I do for you, my friend?
By any chance, do you happen to know anything about Frostmund? Thirsk? No. Alright, I'm gonna head back to Fort Frostmoth. Maybe something will come up. Yeah, I'm not too sure exactly. Like, it's, I'm just not sure. I don't know. Like, normally, like... When you at least have, like, a lead, right? You kind of know where... Good thing I blocked. Like, normally when you... If you at least, have, like, a lead you can follow up on, you're like, okay, cool. But I don't even know where to go. Which... it's such a mixed feeling because I love it when a game does that and it doesn't hold your hand, so you actually have to like stop and think a bit. Like, okay, let's see, let's work this through. Where can I find that information? So like, part of me is, you know, we never did talk to the other guy, Sleepy Guy. You don't think Sleepy Guy would know anything, right? I don't think Sleepy Guy would know. But maybe he does. Should I? Oh, no. No, I don't want to. Alright, it's only one Reichling. I'll stay right where I'm. Okay, no. I'm over here. No, over here. There you go. He's like, where'd you go? Where'd you go? There's too much snow. It also kind of looks like his hat's over his eyes. Oh no, he's wearing goggles. No, he's not. It's just a... I don't even know what I'm seeing. Oh, it's a rider. This is gonna hurt. Ouch. All right. Let's. I'm gonna actually sneak back because I'm kind of beat up and I need time to think. So having a little bit of, you know, some time traveling between locations, it'll be good for me. I'm just gonna ponder a little bit. What about you? What about Bryn? Let's ask Bryn. Hey, Bryn. No. I did. Then I killified it. Alright. No, because it doesn't make sense for Thormor to have it, because he's an optional character that wouldn't even necessarily be here. Jan, hello my friend. You are well, I hope. I've been trying to get some sleep, but it's not as easy out here in the cold. Thirsk is closed for repair, so I've lost my bed. The Ud did quite a lot of damage. The meat hall will stay closed too, unless someone is strong enough to claim the chieftain's throne. I'd do it myself, but I'm too damn tired to bother. Alright, okay, let's go down to the Fort Frostmoth, and, I guess we'll, take it from there. Probably do some more of the, like, whatever Frostmoth quests and stuff. We'll report back to, Dude Guy. I love this, the path of destruction that we've left. Huh, I don't think we've seen that before. No, we're definitely in new territory. Are we? Yeah, we're actually in new territory, alright. Ooh, okay, it's just a dude with a helmet. Alright, I realize that most of this video was taken up with, just, reading. Yeah, but I'm looking at the time and I'm like, oh, I actually, okay, it stopped chasing me. Oh, crap. Alright, let's, darn it, no. Okay, I thought the bear was gonna aggro on me at any second, so I was gonna, like, preemptively attack it, but I guess not. But no, I am actually out of my time, so I'm going to have to stop things even before we've really made much progress, so... Sorry about that. Yeah, maybe if we do some, Fort Frostmoth stuff, you know, something will come up. Maybe I'll come up with an idea. Maybe someone... No, actually, I don't want the answer. Because I don't... If there's like a really vague hint that you want to give, that's fine. But I don't like looking things up, and I don't like being told. Like I want to try to figure it out on my own. That's just how I like to play games. So you know, if you want like if there's something I missed, like something that I've seen but it hasn't registered, go ahead and be like, hey, you forgot about that thing there. I'll be like, oh yes, great. Yeah, we'll do that, but for now, I'm gonna have to stop, and then maybe next time we'll do some Fort Frostmoth stuff. I think it's been enough time since they told us to leave and then come back. Yeah, I think. Wasn't there a 3-day thing? I don't remember what that was. whatever. Yeah, so we're done. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, leave it a thumbs down. Either way, let me know what you thought in the comment section. And next time we're going to report for duty, I guess, and see where that takes us. But until next time, I would like to ask you all to game on.